Coming up on Rob on the Road. Go with me on President Franklin Roosevelt's presidential yacht. Set sail.
Look at this.
Look at the sun going over the top of that fog. Isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable.
On the floating White House aboard the USS Potomac on San Francisco Bay. Plus, get up close to the mighty murals of Coit Tower, created under Roosevelt's Get America Moving programs.
You have a behind-the-scenes tour of some spectacular art.
And I'll take you through these closed-off doors to a private deck.
Look at this view.
For views of San Francisco you don't want to miss. And later, a hidden Sacramento gem, a rock garden rooted in Roosevelt's work programs, still alive today.
What a work of art.
Thank you. And now, Rob on the Road, exploring Northern California.
Welcome to a special half hour, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Northern California legacy. I'm Rob Stewart. President Roosevelt's legacy was and is tremendous right here in our region. His New Deal programs dramatically impacted our economy during the Depression. A big example is the Works Progress Administration, which funded construction and art projects all across the country and here in the Golden State. Many are California icons today, like the Tower Bridge in Sacramento, funded by the WPA and built in 1935 to better connect Sacramento and West Sacramento. It was the very first vertical lift bridge in the California highway system. More New Deal projects were funded in California than any other state in the country. FDR was elected president 4 times and was a major, pivotal figure in 20th century world events. And a stunning California treasure, now in San Francisco Bay, was a source of respite and recreation for Roosevelt during the Great Depression and World War II. Let's explore the USS Potomac, known as the Floating White House in the Port of Oakland. Well, all aboard. Welcome aboard to the USS Potomac. We are here with Marty Burchell, who is the CEO of the USS Potomac Association. Hello.
Hello yourself. Nice to meet you.
What a location. What a job.
Oh, it's tough, but somebody's got to do it, you know? Beautiful boat, sail on San Francisco Bay, work with fabulous volunteers. It's tough.
It is. It is. This is gorgeous, Marty.
Thank you.
The USS Potomac, the floating White House, this was FDR's presidential yacht.
Correct. It is an amazing piece of history, and there's an amazing history to the ship.
So we're going to get an overview of the USS Potomac. We're going to take a tour, and then later tonight, the showstopper, you're going to set this thing sail.
Oh yeah, we're going out for 2 hours. We're going to see the Golden Gate Bridge, sunset, and the bay lights.
Welcome to the fantail of the USS Potomac. This was FDR's favorite spot here.
Yes, indeed, it was. He would sit in one of the chairs or on the couch behind us, and you'll notice that the couch is very, very wide, and that was so it would support his legs.
I see.
And he could go all the way back and his legs would be fully supported. He had a lot of congressional people on board. He had royalty on board. This was such a pleasant place, and he would take the Potomac down the Potomac to Chesapeake Bay to get away from the heat and all the muggy weather in July and so forth.
And even one of his famous fireside chats was done from right here on the USS Potomac.
I am sitting in the little cabin of the little ship Potomac.
Well, I can't wait to go on a tour of the USS Potomac. But before we do, this vessel itself has a storied history. I mean, you talk about from when it started being built in the mid-30s until it was the presidential yacht from 36 all the way to 45. But after that, what a story. Owned by Elvis at once.
Yes.
It even sunk.
When it left presidential service, it was sold to the Maryland Fisheries, and it served as a fisheries boat for about 10 years. And then they sold it to a couple of guys who took it down to the Barbados to use as a ferry. And then when the Seattle World's Fair was going to be in Seattle, they decided it'd be a great idea to bring it up through the Panama Canal to, as an attraction. What happened was they broke down in Long Beach. They didn't have enough money to repair the ship, so it was going to be sold for scrap. Well, Elvis Presley heard about it, so he bought it, and he was going to give it to the March of Dimes, but they declined, and so he gave it to Danny Thomas for St. Jude's Hospital. They sold it for $55,000, and a woman in Long Beach took it on as a museum. She sold it to another man from up here in San Francisco who ostensibly was going to use it as a figurehead for charity. In fact, he was running drugs out of Mexico. What a decline. And he got busted, she got busted, the Potomac got busted by the DEA, and she was impounded at Treasure Island.
And sunk.
And sunk. She had pinprick holes all throughout the hull.